August is a roller coaster. The thrills and suspense will either leave you wanting more or running for the exit when money, family, and work flip your world upside down. Welcome to Astro ROI. I'm Catherine Cartini, and I'm on retreat this month to show you how astrology can be used for personal and professional development. So here's the deal. Chiron has joined the retrograde madness, and he's going to sting before he heals. Mars clashes with Saturn to test our commitments, but Jupiter and Venus remind us of the why. The Aquarius full moon demands freedom. The new moon in Virgo will help us get down to business, and Uranus and Neptune will hit us with an unexpected reality check. All of this is meant to prepare us for eclipse season in September. So today we'll talk about where to act, where to hold, and what's worth fighting for. I'm fighting for my vision of how astrology can be used to live our best lives, and I'm walking my talk. I'm here at the beautiful Sewilla Retreat Wellness and Spa in Cambridge, New York. It's about 3 hours outside of New York City and Boston, and if you live in upstate New York, there's a shuttle outside of Albany. Sewilla is designed for personal awakenings. It's a family-owned retreat to help people step away from the noise, from the chaos of everyday life by incorporating nature and yoga and sound baths and nutrition into their experiences. And you can stay in cute little tiny homes like I am, or sleeping domes. They're fully furnished. This isn't camping. I wouldn't even consider this glamping. This is a luxury living on vacation, surrounded by nature. And Sewilla's pet friendly, so check the Dalmatians doing all the things, hiking and swimming. We may even go visit the horses because, shocker, there are horses outside of Saratoga Springs. So I hope you enjoy learning more about Sewilla throughout our partnership. There's a link to their site in the description. So again, September is eclipse season. I created a special offer, and I'd like to propose a trade. A follow for a mini reading, $75 for 30 minutes. We're going to go over your big three, your sun, your moon, and your rising. I'm going to tell you what's in store for the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo using your personal data. After you follow me, just DM me or send an email to info@astrocoachkate.com. Yeah? Okay, so now in other news. What I'm about to say scares me. I don't know who's watching, how they might react. But if Neptune retrograde is stripping away the filters, I guess this is me being real. A few years ago, I built what I thought was my dream life. I had a good job, I had a strong network, and a relationship that I believed in until it all unraveled. I lost my second parent. Betrayal really destroyed my trust. My health took a hit, my finances drained, and for years, I didn't even feel safe in my own home. I tried to rebuild in silence over and over again because nobody was listening. And if they did, they didn't believe me or care enough to help, which honestly is a different kind of pain. So even long after I took 100% accountability for my 50%, the hits kept coming. I lost hope many times over. From an astrological perspective, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, moved into Taurus in 2018, shaking up everything tied to who I am, because Taurus isn't just my sun and rising, it's my ruler Venus, what I value, it's Mars, where and how I take action, Mercury, how I think, learn, speak, Chiron, my deepest wounds, even my anti-vertex, which is our backup power supply. And all of this happens in my 12th house, where our hidden wounds and our hidden strengths are buried. I never, ever thought that I would become an astrologer, but I needed answers, and the data behind the art was one of the only things that helped me keep going. So in the last few months, Uranus crossed over my sun and ascendant, and Pluto, the planet of transformation, is now retrograding directly over my midhaven, and that's the point of career and public life. So this is now or never energy. And as much as it scares me, I feel like I have to come out of hiding, and not to share my dirty laundry, gosh, but to let others know that you're not alone. The Capricorn full moon in July was a milestone for me, for us. 6 months ago, I started sharing content on YouTube, and really, despite every setback, I bossed up Capricorn and I kept going. So thank you for your feedback and your likes and your follows. Most of you I don't even know, but your support is not lost on me. After years of grinding through every night, weekend, holiday, I did take a few days off in July. I got a tan, but more importantly, it brought me back to my why. I do believe that my purpose is to help others process loss and grief. So I really do hope you find value in my content. And with Saturn and Neptune in my 11th house of community, I'm committed to finding my people, those of you who get it or who are at least curious to learn how to navigate your own heartaches and fears. Astrology is not a gimmick to me. It's a lifeline. It's a tool I use when life feels impossible. And we may not face the same challenges, but pain is pain. And if you've been stripped down by life, if you feel like you've lost everything, if you don't know who to trust or what's next, astrology can help you process and prioritize. And the more that I learn, the more I'll share. So we can let go of who we were and we can fight for who we're becoming and what we believe in. So let's dive in. Here's the energy at play this month. I'm going to run through how each event impacts the collective, and then I'm going to show you what it means for your sign. If you want to skip ahead, I put timestamps below. If you need quick reminders throughout the month, I posted highlights for each sign here and on Instagram. If you want to use your data, I've also added dates and degrees. And if you'd like a personal reading, again, I'll trade you a follow for a discounted session to help you prepare for eclipse season. Just DM me or an email, and we're going to coordinate the details. Now, here's a little taste of what's happening in August. Chiron has joined the retrograde madness alongside Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury. So from July 30th to January, the asteroid that triggers your deepest wounds will move through Aries, the sign of the warrior. This energy picks at old scars. The last time this happened was 2018 to 19. What did we see? Union strikes over healthcare and fair treatment. Aries also influences the body and our outlook on life. So on a personal level, if you've ignored health issues or allowed things you can't control to impact your emotions, Chiron will help address it. That said, suppressed anger could boil over first. Chiron is not a silver bullet solution. It shows us what we need to heal so we can do the work. Again, I have natal Chiron in my 12th, and while it's a wide conjunct, I am feeling the discomfort. So I think the question is, how can you address the pain, Chiron, without burning bridges, Aries? If you do the work, the astrology suggests a full recovery by the new year. So on August 8th, hit the brakes. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of heat, speed, and aggression. When Mars opposes Saturn, this could inflame a Chiron wound. Think about it. Saturn is retrograde in Aries. He wants discipline. While retrograde, he'll put up speed bumps, so you mind the limits. But Mars pushes for action, and Virgo wants to fix. So you need to find ways to move forward without hitting your head against the dashboard. This will feel frustrating. Your health, mental or physical, might roadblock your progress. And we see the tension in labor shortages, urgent care wait times, and increased costs of living. These aren't inconveniences, they're signs. People need change, but the systems and their paychecks aren't supporting them. And that is frustrating. It results in overworking to the point of burnout or injury. Mars in Virgo, which can strain your body and mental state. Saturn in Aries, and that's why Chiron retrograde needs you to stop avoiding the discomfort and heal what's broken. So my advice is to take your foot off the gas. It doesn't matter if this is tied to job loss, financial pressure, or other. The energy says you can't force an outcome. If you do, you'll get checked and upset something you're trying to fix and heal. Because you will hit a turning point during the full moon in Aquarius. Whatever you've been working towards over the last 6 months will shift, complete, or end. Aquarius represents independence. It's ruled by Uranus, the planet that brings sudden changes through innovation or disruption, like science or humanitarianism that improves the well-being of people, specifically those facing hardship. But the traditional ruler of Aquarius is Saturn, which says you still need to follow the rules. And 17 is about strength, leadership and loyalty. It's a Leo degree tied to family, children, and the ego. So this could mean the launch of a major product or policy that reduces risk of data breaches, like intelligence tied to our phones or social media. Or this points towards community activism if you feel your privacy is being infringed. Now, historically, during full moons in Aquarius, we've seen policy backlash. In 2021, we had anti-lockdown protests worldwide. And in 2019, there were protests over online censorship, right? So we might also see unexpected weather that impacts electricity, like heat waves and storms that mess with the grid, but expose weakness in the infrastructure. Now, on a personal level, the big signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio, I think you're going to feel this the most. You'll likely want to break free of something or someone. You might deactivate your social media, or you could join a cause to fight for freedom. As Aquarius moon, I hope this lunation helps me find my people. Right? Now that something has reached a tipping point or ending, starting on August 11th, you'll need to speak up. This is when Mercury ends its retrograde in Leo, so you'll defend what makes you happy, have big conversations, and come up with creative solutions. The key is not to lead with ego. Mercury wants you to walk your talk. If over the last few weeks you've heard of static, contracts went sideways, travel was delayed, or technology kept glitching, things will start to even out so you can negotiate and connect with people and projects again. Now, on a macro level, leaders could make some pretty bold statements, and there's likely going to be a new wave of celebrity drama. You saw what happened down the street in Boston at the Coldplay concert with the CEO of astronomy and the HR director, Now we're going to start to see how the affair caught on camera, allegedly, impacts the company, its products, its clients, its investors, and in its employees. So on a personal note, Gemini and Virgo, Leo's going to move first, but you've been working on a draft, so be prepared to hit send. Actions you take will work in your favor. On the next day, Venus connects with Jupiter in Cancer, and this only happens every 13 months. Venus is all about what we value: love, money, respect. Jupiter is about good fortune and optimism, and Cancer brings emotional support. It's mom energy. It wants you to repair relationships and invest in your home life. So a family member could help out around the house. A neighbor might mow your side of the lawn, or your lover could bring you coffee in bed. This is also a great day to host or attend a fundraiser. The theme is generosity. So Taurus, Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Cancer, I think you're going to receive the sweetest rewards. Just watch for overindulging or overgiving, financially or emotionally. Jupiter expands everything it touches. Give without expectation, but not to the point where you overextend yourself, okay? Since mid-July, the sun in Leo has been shining down on your big ideas. Now on August 22nd, the sun enters Virgo. The energy is very different. Virgo's no nonsense. She needs a timeline and a budget. This means you'll need to take more accountability at work, especially if you've used up all your sick days to play in the sun this summer, or if your diet has been nothing but cocktails and barbecue. I get it. You're going to start to meal prep some healthier options. If you let anything pile up in your garage, at the office, on your desktop, start sorting out the clutter. Or if your schedule's been loose, you'll time block and book more meetings. And this makes sense. It's back to school time, right? Supplies, haircuts, doctor's appointments, and carpooling. Businesses are working on quarter prep, and the markets typically stabilize during this time as people tighten their budgets before the holidays. So if you have any natal placements in Virgo, your sun, your ascendant, Mars, Venus, Mercury, whatever, you're going to feel the extra urge to get down to business. So on August 23rd, hit the reset button during the new moon. This happens at 0 degrees of Virgo. This is a clean slate when it comes to systems, habits, and self-care. Set goals around organizing your life so you can be more productive at work and diligent about your health. Globally, this can bring new labor, education, and healthcare policies. The extra significance is that Virgo will have 2 new moons this year. The second hits on September 21st. It's a partial solar eclipse in Virgo at 29 degrees. So the new moon in August, again, is a clean slate. The eclipse in September is a grand finale. This is when it pays to know your personal chart. See where these degrees of Virgo land so you know how to work with the energy. And if you do decide to trade me a follow for a mini reading, this is what we're going to focus on. I don't want you to just work with the energy. I want you to get ahead of it, which is likely the reason I'm so drawn to this next event. It's a rare moment of quiet power. I actually missed it at first, and then I had to rework a bunch of content when I found it at the 11th hour. So stick with me. I'm going to tell you why it's such a gift. On August 24th, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius will trine Neptune retrograde in Aries at 1 degree. Pluto transforms. Aquarius liberates. Neptune awakens. Aries takes action. Retrogrades deal with the past, and 1 degree is the starting line. So I believe this means people will get fed up with old ways of living. We won't want to keep doing what we're supposed to do. We'll look for purpose in the mess and stories and beliefs that hold us back and redirect our energy towards what's worth fighting for. Now, the other night, I saw a reel showing how people have spent their time from 1930 to 2024, and it started with equal parts, family, school, friends. By the 80s, friends and coworkers took the lead. Then in the 90s, you guessed it, online time skyrocketed. So today, 60% of our time is spent online. Friends 14, coworkers 8, church 2, and school less than 1%. Now, I see the positives: online education, remote work, more access to high-paying fields. But has technology cost us our quality of life? It's become so disconnected from each other, from spirit, from the earth. Do we need to liberate ourselves from the digital trance, invest in technology that heals instead of hooks, and fight for real connection, freedom, and purpose? Or will we stay stuck in the algorithm? Now, as someone building an online community and who found that real while doom scrolling, when I saw Pluto trine Neptune on the chart, I kind of had a moment, right? I want to connect with you where you are, but does it make sense to power down and focus on in-person retreats, to return to my roots where community building was always at the core? Of course, still use digital for support, but not make it the entire structure. And I believe the answer is yes. So I got ahead of the energy to test small. I sent an email to Honer at Sewillow, a retreat center, again, designed for personal awakenings. And within hours, he responded, and we spent the weekend coordinating logistics for my time here. You know, after COVID, I think digital felt easier, definitely more affordable, convenient. But as I pour myself into this content, I got to ask, is it serving its highest purpose? Should I be creating a different kind of grassroots value? So I'd love to hear from you. Am I overthinking, or is Pluto in Aquarius, which is my career and purpose, and Neptune in Aries, my networks and big-term, long-term wishes, doing their job by asking me to rethink this while we're in retrograde? I don't know. Now, Pluto and Neptune are slow-moving planets. The exact trine lasts until September 15th, but the influence is going to extend till November. So I did a little digging. Pluto and Neptune will trine again in April 2026. When both planets are direct and at full strength. I believe this is an activation point for the age of Aquarius. It signals a shift in humanity. Neptune and Saturn will also make an exact conjunction in February 2026 at 0 degrees. So this is what some astrologers are calling the Great Conjunction. The energy will act as a world reset. Neptune and Saturn are close right now, so you're feeling this. But when they align perfectly for the first time in 36 years, the energy will push you to plan out your dreams. Otherwise, they might not last. You'll need to take real steps towards what truly matters. That's why the retrogrades are having you rethink and rework so much right now, and why the eclipses are course correcting your lives, but giving sudden opportunities with Uranus now in Gemini, and setting the stage for how Pluto will transform your life over the next 20 years. So thank you for listening to that. Now let's end the month with a bang. On August 28th, there's a rare sextile. Uranus and Gemini gives sudden insight. Neptune retrograde in Aries, again, brings self-awareness. So a conversation, a dream, a podcast might give the answer to a problem you've been struggling to solve. This is an aha moment. Globally, watch for breakthroughs in alternative medicine and climate tech supported by AI. Uranus-Neptune aspects have also sparked collective awakenings. You're not investing your time with me without reason. You're looking for answers. So pay attention. Even a small spark could ignite your future plans. Now to your horoscopes. I'm a Western astrologer using the whole house system based on rising signs. So listen to that first, Then your sun and moon for extra value, because again, the new moon and the full moons will be pretty lit this month. I'm using Luna Astrology software. If you'd like 10% off Luna, I always put a link in the description. And if you'd like to use your personal data, email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to my new 30-minute eclipse readings. My goal is to help everyone prepare for what's coming in September so you can position yourself for the reset next year. Aries, August is your rest and reset month. You've been pushing for change, but your health, money, and career are off balance. So take a breath, cut the BS. I feel your pain, Aries. Chiron retrograde is poking at your body and your confidence. Maybe it's an old injury or feeling like you're never good enough no matter how hard you try. I get it. It isn't weakness. It's your body asking you to slow down and listen. So make a mental note of what's draining you. If it's a boss that doesn't respect your time or you're ignoring your own limits, your life matters. Get real about what's hurting you. Don't wait until January for this to escalate out of control, right? Because on August 8th, a key relationship could impact your career. Maybe you want to start a project or take on more clients to pay down debt, but your energy is tanking and your body says no. You might feel the need to hustle at work, but a partner demands more time. This is more than frustrating. You have to stop before something stops you. Don't push, rush, or overpromise. Reschedule and check your budget. You can't rely on brute strength to make it through Mars-Saturn opposition when Mars is your ruler and Saturn wants to put you in check. I know this isn't easy. You've been trying to find your people for a while now. I get that too. So the ones who will support you and listen to you, but who can still cut back with, are coming. On August 9th, a friendship or professional alliance could reach a tipping point or end. It's meant to show you how the company you keep impacts your big picture goals. Maybe you finish a project and post before and after pictures. How you share your message will attract people who get it, who get you. If it's time to walk away, use this lesson to attract real connections. When you find your voice, it will extend beyond your friendships and networks. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle. So when Mercury, the planet of communication, starts moving forward on August 11th, use the energy to speak up about what you want in your personal life too. If you've been thinking about dating, starting a business, or having an adult conversation with your kids, now's the time. Something's had you biting your tongue, subconsciously also impacting your work or health. Confront the issue head on. By the end of the month, you'll know what and who to prioritize. In fact, August 12th could feel like a warm hug. A family member might offer help. A home project could all come together. Or you may feel supported by your partner in a way you've needed but couldn't admit. This is a really good day to ask and receive. Maybe you want to move, renovate, or buy something that makes your home feel like you're living on vacation. Since Jupiter expands anything it touches, just don't overspend or overcommit to something that will stretch you financially. But all in all, this is a very sweet moment. It will teach you something about yourself. The good news is just a few days later, the sun enters Virgo. Starting on August 22nd, you'll be motivated to prioritize your work and health in ways that feel fun. The sun wants you to date, create, and play. This will inspire you to clean up your diet, to exercise, or to clock out on time. Find creative ways to stay on track, like listening to techno or playing sports. Because the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd is a clean slate. Over the next 6 months, form healthier habits at work and home. If you have a gym membership, see what classes they have at 6 p.m. That way, when your boss emails you just one more assignment, you can tell him or her that you have a standing commitment. Or if you own a business and you've been catering to your clients' schedules, time block your calendar so they can't book appointments at all hours. If your favorite food truck pulls up to the office, have a prepared meal with you. That's Virgo, efficient and practical. Because you're outgrowing the noise. Pluto is quietly rearranging your friendships and professional networks. Neptune is dissolving the masks you formed to go along to get along. You're done chasing maybes and half-hearted goals. You might pull back from social circles, or maybe you become a mentor or join a nonprofit. By November, you're going to see who's real and who's not. By April, you'll know what to co-build. So if you've been waiting for a spark that will hold your attention, stay open-minded on August 28th. This is when Uranus, the planet of sudden inspiration, connects with Neptune, the dreamer. A friend might say something and you'll be like, yeah, I like that. Or you might listen to a podcast and the host shares something that just makes sense. Maybe you'll be taking a nap and it comes to you then. It will happen, I know, in a quiet, calm space. So to recap, take care of your health, focus on your work-life balance, and trust that slowing down now will help you speed up later. Have a great month, Aries. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Taurus, August is your pivot month. Career shifts, home decisions, and money moves are about to rewrite your story. With so much energy moving in and out of your house of healing, I know you're exhausted. You've been wrestling with burnout, stress, or health issues that likely no one knows about, right? But I'm here to validate you. Just because you can't see it, the pain is real. What's happening to you is real. Please hear me. There is magic in the silence. Whether you're shielding yourself from a toxic environment or facing one of your own habits, track hidden leaks of your time and energy. Your job cannot steal your sleep. You cannot carry other people's burdens. Your life matters. Start planning your exit now. Don't wait until January to break free. Because on August 8th, you will feel a push-pull between keeping to your schedule and wanting to be free. Your work, health, or daily responsibilities might be on fire right now, but there's red tape. Maybe it's a contract issue, or you're sacrificing too much in a relationship. This is more than self-doubt. This is intuition. It feels like running a race with ankle weights, right? So stop. Focus on slow, mindful progress. If you don't stress before a workout, you can pull something. If you rush a launch, the back end won't be set up to catch the leads. If you dive into dating, you'll miss the red flags or lose focus at work. Scale back so you don't overextend yourself financially or emotionally, because you come too far. Over the last 6 months, you've been focused on your career. You've likely lost interest in a 9-to-5. You want to contribute to the world. So if you've been grinding away, congratulations. On August 9th, something at work, or this could be about parenting, will hit a peak. Maybe you wrap up a big project or get recognized for your efforts. Or if you felt disrespected, this could be when you walk away from a situation. Because this isn't just about work or being a mom, dad, or grandparent. This is about how those roles tie to your worth. So raise your prices, start a side business, drop the kids at daycare. You're allowed to like what you do. You're allowed to want more. You're allowed to have freedom. Let whatever comes up during the full moon guide your next step so you can build a life that feels like yours, not just a life you're surviving. Any changes you make will involve a discussion, but it's likely one you've been rehearsing. So on August 11th, when the planet of the mind comes back online, home and family matters will move forward. Issues with leases, landlords, estate planning, or renovations can now be addressed. Maybe the contractor finally emails the quote, or you hear back on a rental. If this involves a move, sign off on financial documents like mortgages and rental agreements, or put down deposits with confidence. If this involves kids, make a decision in or out. Otherwise, you'll be the one putting up roadblocks. This doesn't have to be scary. Change can be good, especially when you feel supported. So on August 12th, accept a helping hand. Maybe a relative or neighbor jumps in at the 11th hour, or you land a client that relieves some financial pressure. A road trip could also lift your spirits. You might also feel the urge to buy a new car, upgrade your tech stack, or invest in a course. If you have the budget, go for it. If it creates debt or involves borrowing money, think twice. Can you trade in your vehicle? Can you rent equipment? For a small portion of you, and this again is when it pays to know your chart, This could be about an inheritance or something to do with a loan or taxes. Since Venus, your chart ruler, and Jupiter, the planet of good luck and fortune, only connect once a year, lean into the positives. This is a day for sweet rewards. Think about your future. Because efficiency is the theme starting on August 22nd during Virgo season. This is when you'll dot I's and cross T's in your personal life. Add events to your social calendar, start a new hobby, or go on more dates. If you're a parent, focus on what your kids need back to school, right? The point of having the sun in Virgo in your fifth is practical fun, which you can still do on a budget. Kids love grilled cheese and peanut butter and jelly. I find bonfires and toasting s'mores fun and romantic. If you own a business, get creative. Can your kids make reels? Do they want to be in your reels? You get the picture. But there's no time to waste, not with a new moon in Virgo on August 23rd. So wipe the slate clean. Add new photos to your dating app. Cross off one task towards launching a product. Sign up for a class that's fun and adds to your skill set. You may not be ready to walk down the aisle or pitch on Shark Tank or become a parent, but you'll never be unless you take the first step. The energy will carry on for at least the next 6 months. So address paperwork, fine-tune your budget, and reorganize your schedule. Then go have a little fun. And if you've been racking your brain for that last piece of the puzzle, mark August 28th on your calendar. Uranus in Gemini is about doing what you never thought was possible. Neptune in Aries is about your dreams, and 1 degree is the starting line. An idea about how to handle your finances could come out of nowhere, or maybe a sudden side hustle brings in a secondary income. New software could help you save time, money, and energy. Focus on your hidden talents. Are you a great public speaker? Can you write short stories? Do you know enough tech to customize a no-code app or build a website? This is the moment when finances, technology, and faith connect. It's modern-day magic, money and purpose. This is the exit strategy we discussed. This is how you'll heal those Chiron wounds. So to summarize, in August, push, pause, and pivot. Have a great month, Taurus. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Gemini, in August, take out the trash. Space will advance your career and stabilize your personal life. I know you've been feeling the disconnect. People you thought you could count on have either pulled back or you've outgrown some circles. Chiron retrograde is meant to show you which friendships and networks support you and which are fair weathered. An old betrayal might still sting, or you could feel behind in comparison to your peers. Use this time to see how you feel when you're around certain people. If they uplift you, stay a little longer. If not, pull an Irish goodbye. Because on August 8th, there will be tension between your personal life and your big picture plans. Maybe you want to date, start a business, or have a baby, but financial or scheduling issues get in the way. Or you're trying to push ahead with travel or education, but not having a team or lack of childcare holds you back. Instead of forcing, slow down and double check budgets, timelines, and agreements. Otherwise, you'll burn out or blow up at the wrong person. For better or worse, you have big decisions to make. The full moon in Aquarius on August 9th suggests a breakthrough around travel learning or what you stand for. Maybe you finish a certification, return from a life-changing trip, or realize you're done waiting for someday. With Uranus in your first house, you likely feel restless and ready for change. I get it. If you're tired of living up to other people's expectations, and you do decide to pursue one of your goals, this full moon will show you what's possible, even if it means letting go of something or someone who isn't headed in the same direction. Thankfully, Mercury, your chart ruler, ends its retrograde on August 11th. This will help with contract delays and misunderstandings with relatives or neighbors. Maybe you've been waiting on paperwork for a move, a car, or course, or you've been holding back, not saying something that needs to be said. You are Mercury. So over the next 2 weeks, speak up and handle business. If a family matter has been causing chaos, clean house now. You'll want to have your ducks in a row by August 12th. Venus conjuncts Jupiter is one of the sweetest days of the year. For you, it smells like money. You could get a bonus or sell something that's been collecting dust in the basement, or someone might gift you something just because. This could also be a day when you look in the mirror and think, not bad, kid. Or you remember that your value isn't tied to your paycheck. Since Jupiter expands anything it touches, if you do come into some money, don't throw it away on a Target run. Treat yourself to an experience and get creative. I told you there are things around the house that you likely don't need, or sell your house if you've been living outside your means. Virgo season demands a plan. For you, the focus is home, family, and what you need to feel secure. If you feel anxious, use the energy to declutter, or this could be about a family dynamic I mentioned. It's possible that you don't feel comfortable inviting your relatives and neighbors over because of the mess or tension under your roof, but the ones who care won't judge you. They'll either help you clean house or provide you with a different perspective on what needs to go. So under the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, start fresh at home. This moon is ruled by Mercury, so whatever steps you take over the next 6 months around your living situation will change your mood and reduce stress. If you want to move or start a renovation, this is your opportunity. You don't have to fix everything overnight. Pick one task like cleaning out your closet, because Pluto is quietly transforming what you believe, while Neptune is dissolving your idea of what success is. I went through something similar over the last 20 years. I think this is the start of you building your dream career. During the retrograde, you might step back from teaching or working overseas. This could also be connected to your faith or a legal matter. It will have you reassessing your friendships and social status. By November, you'll know where to focus your time, and by April, you'll have made your first big move. Then inspiration hits on August 28th. You might be brushing your teeth or out for a walk when something clicks, or you could wake up from a dream knowing exactly what you want to study or where you want to travel. Whatever it is, it has legs. It could be a work retreat where you invite VIP clients, or maybe it's a group trip or course with friends who've expressed interest but haven't committed to a plan, so take the lead. Research, create a budget and a timeline, then share your master plan over a business lunch or wine o'clock. So to recap, Gemini, get organized in August, make time and space for what matters most, pay attention to your money and your home life. You're getting ready for a new adventure. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Cancer in August, focus on your finances, simplify your schedule, and create the security you need to breathe easier this fall. You've likely been questioning your life direction for a while now. Maybe your job feels like a dead end, where you're working harder than ever without recognition or fair pay. With Chiron retrograde in your career zone, failure might be weighing on your mind. Maybe a past rejection still stings, or you're doubting if you can handle the next chapter. Do not let this paralyze you. Let it teach you what you still need to heal. Track the triggers so you can make cut and dry decisions from now until January. Because August 8th will test your patience. The contractor might go MIA on your home renovation. Family drama can have you seeing red. Your parents might outstay their welcome. Or a conversation about the past could get on your last nerve. Maybe you're pushing to sign a lease agreement, flirt with a guy or gal next door, or just take an hour to work out. A lack of childcare or a financial block slows things down. Or you have an important conversation with a partner about shared finances or future plans, and things get heated fast. Review your options and don't force commitments. While Saturn demands caution, Mars can play passive aggressive. Respect other people's boundaries so you don't blow up a relationship, romantic or platonic, or blow out your budget. All the more on August 9th during the full moon in Aquarius, something involving other people's money could reach a tipping point or end. Maybe you pay off your credit card, or this could have to do with shared expenses. If this involves a partner, get clear on who's responsible for what. Distrust and resentment are not sexy on anybody. With Uranus in your 12th, you may not want to deal with these heavier topics, but this full moon will show you what can't be ignored. If you do need to have the money talk, Mercury leaves retrograde on August 11th. You can have honest conversations about what and how you're earning, spending, and saving. If you've been waiting on a payment or raise, or it's time to sell something, now's your opportunity. You'll find the words to ask for what you're worth or create a budget. Over the next 2 weeks, think about your relationship with money and any fears you have around not having enough. It's likely a lot of what's happening is in your head. Walks, road trips, or time with a relative or neighbor will help you get unstuck. Take advantage of any good luck that comes your way on August 12th. Venus and Jupiter only connect every 13 months, and this go-around is in your sign. A compliment could brighten your day. A gift from a family member or coworker might make you feel extra special. Or if you've been working out and eating healthy, waking up with less aches and pains will feel like a blessing, right? Take a selfie, buy a new comforter, or better yet, pay it forward. Jupiter owns your house of wisdom. Good deeds will boomerang back. That said, Jupiter also expands anything it touches, so don't get too big for your britches. It's okay to treat yourself to a mani-pedi, but an entire home gym may be a bit excessive. As soon as Virgo hits on August 22nd, you're going to feel motivated to get organized. I told you August is for making life simple. When you clear out your emails, book appointments, and read the fine print, the sun will bring you more confidence and money. This is a really great time for anyone in sales, marketing, who makes money as a writer, public speaker, or developer. You just need to streamline. Get a CRM to manage leads. Use AI to create presentations. Hire a social media manager to share your offers online, or an agent to help you land more gigs. This way you can have a fresh start by the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd. Over the next 6 months, start a business. Learn the latest tech, or use your communication skills to share what you have to offer. You could launch a podcast or land a big client to help get into flow state, which unlocks your highest creative potential. Don't push to get any of these things done. Your body needs the restoration time for your mind to perform at its best. Get quality sleep, go for a jog before work, and break away for lunch. Olympic athletes, the greatest musicians and writers, and even Navy SEALs use this mindset technique, because you're done settling for surface level. Pluto is quietly transforming how you share your energy and resources with others. And Neptune is dissolving fears around being seen. You're done hiding in the background. Now, you might pull back from certain commitments, or you could look for work that involves teaching, publishing, travel. Inspiration will strike on August 28th. Since Uranus is in your 12th house of what happens behind the scenes, and Neptune is about our thoughts, get your dream journal ready. You might suddenly wake up to the why behind a bad habit. You could come up with a solution for how you can use your hidden talents to get out of debt. Neptune rules your career and reputation, as well as how you gain wisdom. So you could be talking to a therapist or mentor and have a breakthrough, or you could be consulting with a financial advisor about how to create generational wealth, and you realize you have no AI investments in your portfolio. So as a recap, Cancer, use August to focus on your finances and simplify your life. Let go of energy vampires and trust that small steps will lead to big wins. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Leo, August is about balancing your work and health to meet your goals. You've been holding it all together for everyone. It's time to live your life your way. You've been questioning what to believe in for a while now. Maybe your faith has been tested, or you're not sure who you are anymore. With Chiron retrograding your ninth, old doubts about education, politics, religion, and your life direction could resurface. Maybe you feel behind in your career because you didn't take the traditional route, or you're craving a trip, but something keeps getting in the way. If you're stuck, tag a mentor or coach. They can help you get back on track by the new year. Owning this big picture work is important, especially on August 8th when Mars opposes Saturn. How you communicate your needs and your plans for the future will conflict. Maybe you want to move house, but the paperwork gets delayed, or you're working hard to repair a relationship with a relative or a neighbor, but you're not feeling heard. Instead of forcing the issue, slow down. Whatever happens will likely impact your work, health, or relationships. You can't charm talk Saturn, but you can work with him to state your case. Because key partnerships will face a reality check on August 9th. The full moon in Aquarius fights for freedom, and remember, this is where Pluto, the planet of empowerment or power plays, is transforming your life over the next 20 years. So this could be a spouse or a business partner. It might be a client, a therapist, or a best friend. If you feel the connection has run its course, you'll likely cut ties, especially with the ruler of this moon being Uranus, which brings sudden change to your friendships, networks, profits, and goals. If it's not an ending, this could be a no-nonsense talk about how your social life is important to you. How they react could be the tipping point. At least on August 11th, Mercury moves direct in your sign. If you felt misunderstood, you'll be able to speak your mind again. With Mercury tied to your social life and your personal finances, maybe the talk is, my dime, my time, babe. Or you might be consulting with a developer, PR expert, or public speaking coach to rebrand your online presence, which will help you network and make more money. If decision-making gets overwhelming, take a nap on August 12th. Let it be your sweet reward for crushing emails, fine-tuning contracts, and dealing with delays and misunderstandings over the last few weeks. With Venus and Jupiter in your private 12th house, this is an indicator of working something out in therapy, or maybe you're talking with an estate attorney or financial advisor. Jupiter is connected to your 8th house of shared assets and intimacy, as well as your creative ventures, dating life, and kids. So this could involve child support or dissolving an operating agreement. But again, this is a sweet setup. It's a moment to appreciate how far you've come. So recharge without guilt. Remember, since Jupiter expands anything it touches, set an alarm clock. This is meant to be a siesta, not a fiesta. At least when the sun, your ruler, goes into Virgo on August 22nd, it will be clear where to focus your attention, your bottom line. Virgo wants a plan, so over the next several weeks, take a fine-tuned comb to how you earn, spend, and save money. Even if you've been making it rain, start tracking your expenses. Use the energy to thrive, not just survive. Then during the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, set financial goals, whether you want to increase your income, start a side hustle, or get your spending under control. This is your moment to commit. You have a 6-month window to make serious progress, and all it takes is one step. Because you're done forcing connections that don't let you be you. Pluto, again, is quietly transforming your partnerships and self-awareness. Neptune is dissolving the fears you might have that keep you playing small. You might rethink a contract, end draining commitments, or pursue something bigger like writing a book, teaching, or philosophy. It's not about proving yourself anymore. It's about living what you believe. By November, you'll know what needs to change in your home life, and by April, you'll know who's truly meant to walk by your side. Whatever happens will likely inspire you. Out of nowhere on August 28th, you could come up with an epic networking strategy, or your partner might say something that gets your wheels turning. This is when Uranus, the planet of sudden change, sextiles Neptune, the dreamer. So maybe your partner, romantic or business, throws you a surprise party and invites all your friends. Maybe this is a group trip. Your partner might use the joint account, but after a few days on the beach, I don't think you'll care. To recap, Leo, August is about living your life your way. Get your work, health, and money in order so you can reach for the brass ring. And should someone do something kind or inspire you, let them. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Virgo, August is your reset month. Focus on your health, schedule, and big picture goals. Everything you do this month will prepare you for a grand finale in the fall. You've been carrying a lot, financially, emotionally, even physically. With Chiron retrograde in your 8th, old wounds around trust, intimacy, or shared resources could reopen. Maybe you've been paying down debt while others coast. You're pouring into a relationship without getting the same in return, or an old betrayal still stings. Don't let it fester. Let it show you what needs healing so you can face these issues and start fresh by the new year. Because August 8th will put stress on your wallet. Mars is pushing you to make more money or tackle a financial obstacle head on. But Saturn in your 8th hits you with financial and emotional responsibilities like a large bill. Don't bulldoze through. Pace yourself, review your resources, and take breaks so you don't burn out. It's possible you're overspending on dating, hobbies, or your kids. Think about where you can scale back. Then on August 9th, the full moon in Aquarius lights up your work, health, and schedule. This could be a turning point with your job or a fitness goal. Maybe you complete a big work assignment, or you could quit a job if you feel there's no opportunity to advance. With Uranus in your 10th, there will be sudden change in your career. It will show you where your habits are either helping or hurting, so you can keep going or cut it out. At least you get a break starting on August 11th. This is when Mercury, your ruler, moves direct. I know this retrograde's been tricky. It's been in your private 8th house of shared resources and intimacy. If you've been second guessing every move, or if you felt depleted, you won't be so hard on yourself anymore. If some secrets were spilled over the last several weeks, talk your way through the cleanup. Mercury is tied to your career and reputation. By the end of August, it will be all systems go. Actually, I don't think you'll have to wait that long. You got an early birthday present coming your way on August 12th. This is when Venus meets Jupiter in your 11th house of groups, gains, and goals. A friend or colleague could take you out for coffee, or your business partner could wire you a mid-year bonus. Your spouse might cook your favorite meal and do the dishes. Use the window to talk about your future. But since Jupiter does expand, if you're the one paying for coffee or shelling out bonuses, just keep an eye on your bank account. It's always easy to order another round, and then they slap the bill on the counter and you're like, how did that happen? Because let's face it, it's your birthday season. Starting on August 22nd, the sun moves into your sign. You're going to want to be out and about. You're going to have a lot of energy. You'll see the glass half full. Yes, forever and always, the sun is connected to your private 12th house. So this can play out in a few ways. You either party, but don't post. The gift you give to yourself is R&R, or you go at it a little too hard and leave the party with someone whose name you can't quite remember. Leo brings on the drama, but astrology is fate versus free will. So under the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, exercise your free will. Typically, each sign only gets one new and full moon each year. But since you're hosting the South Node of Karma, 2025 is your eclipse season. And there is a new moon eclipse coming in September in your sign. We know that new moons are fresh starts, but the one in August hits at 0 degrees, so that's brand new. Not even you, Virgo, has a template. The eclipse in September is at 29 degrees. That's the finish line, which makes sense because eclipses clear something in order to make room for the new. So here's what could happen. The energy lands in your first house. That's your identity, appearance, outlook on life, like how others see you, how you see them. The ruler of this moon, obviously, is Mercury, which is just coming out of retrograde, but still in post shadow. For weeks, you've been reworking your career, public image, or your parenting style, right? Now, the 10th is what we're known for. CEO, manager, parent, grandparent, single, married, divorced, right? So on August 23rd, you need to set new intentions in these areas. And again, there's no playbook. This is a blank canvas. You can either see this as scary, or you can embrace it as an adventure of a lifetime, a rebirth around who you want to be. And I think that that's pretty cool. But I suggest you get moving. You'll only have about 3 weeks before the eclipse. It's like a race to see how much progress you can make before your grand finale, because you're tired of doing everything for everyone and getting nothing back. Pluto is quietly transforming your work and health habits, while Neptune's dissolving your fears around intimacy and asking for help. You can't carry other people's baggage. You might pull back from certain obligations, delegate, or finally face financial or health matters you've avoided. By November, you'll see what commitments are worth your time, and by April, you'll have systems in place that support your new priorities. Then watch for an interesting curveball. On August 28th, Uranus, the planet of sudden change, which moved into your 10th house of career, parenting, and reputation, will sextile Neptune at 1 degree. Again, the starting line. Neptune is your shared assets, debt, taxes, loans, alimony, and your committed partnerships, romantic and business. Uranus has ties to your work, your health, and your schedule. So out of nowhere, you could get an idea for how to grow your business using technology, or you might connect the dots between your career, health, debt, and relationships. If you are detangling assets, you could find the perfect co-parenting app that helps you communicate. If you're merging assets, maybe you come across a budget or scheduling platform that helps hold all parties accountable for their fair share. So Virgo, Here's your recap. In August, work through major stuff behind the scenes. Your health will make or break you. You're not being punished for waking up. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Libra, in August, tighten loose ends at home and get serious about how you manage stress, money, and relationships. You can't carry everyone forever. That buzzing noise you hear in the background, well, it's the air conditioning, but it's also Chiron retrograde. The wounded healer is moving backwards through your 7th house of committed partnerships and contracts. This could reopen wounds in key relationships. Maybe an old argument resurfaces with a spouse or business partner, or you realize you've been carrying too much of the emotional or financial weight. This is not about picking a fight. It's about seeing what still stings so you can heal it. Notice who drains your resources, time, money, and energy, versus who stands by you when it counts. Because on August 8th, you'll be faced with a classic push-pull when Mars in Libra opposes Saturn. Mars wants you to take ownership of how others see you. Maybe you're dealing with a public breakup and mediations are depleting your finances, or you're trying to sell or buy property, but you can't agree on where to live or on the price. It's possible the issue has to do with relocating to a certain school district or having enough space to raise your kids. But Saturn won't let you leave the table until you sort things out. Or you might feel judged by your partner. Maybe they nitpick your outfit, or they spend X amount on lunch when you brown bag. If you are living with someone and paying all the bills, check what you're getting in return. While this problem won't likely resolve today, you'll at least recognize how it's impacting your mood. This leads to the full moon in Aquarius on August 9th. The energy lands in your fun zone, dating, kids, sports, and hobbies. Romance might reach a tipping point. You could hit publish on a creative project you've been working on, or maybe a child's needs shifts your schedule. Uranus in your 9th says you're ready to think bigger, so a surprise trip could happen. A course or a new stance about how you spend your free time could flip the script. Let this full moon remind you joy is worth protecting. On August 11th, you'll at least be able to vent. This is when Mercury goes direct in your house of friendships and professional allies. It's possible over the last few weeks you've felt ghosted or frustrated, waiting to start a team project. Use the energy to clear up misunderstandings and walk your talk. By the end of the month, you'll know who's real and who's been messing with your head. It's all for the best. You can't find peace when you're trying to please everyone. Then a sweet spot in your career or life direction breaks up the tension on August 12th. Venus and Jupiter only connect every 13 months, so make the most of this uptick in your reputation. A job offer, public praise, or a client referral could land in your inbox. Or a boss, mentor, or parent might offer support like a bridge loan or financial advice. Be gracious, but stay humble. Jupiter expands everything. Watch for deals that sound too good to be true. Use the energy to refresh your resume, work a lead, or raise your hand for a leadership position. You are ruled by Venus, the planet of money and values. Financial freedom will lower your stress level. By August 22nd, you'll need some downtime. This is the kickoff to Virgo season. The energy lands in your 12th house of rest, healing, and closure. If you think back, you'll recognize that this happens every year right before your birthday. It's like a cocoon phase. If you're exhausted, listen to your body. Take the time to unplug from work, social obligations, and yes mode. A solo weekend, digital detox, or a few therapy sessions can help you tie up loose ends quietly. On the next day, there's a new moon in Virgo. Again, the energy hits your private 12th, where all the skeletons are buried. If you've been overworking, hiding a bad habit, or keeping secrets, this is when someone picks the lock, and that someone could be you. The 12th is about our subconscious. It also includes spiritual retreats, and since this moon is ruled by Mercury, a long-distance trip could do wonders right now. You're closing out chapters and preparing your mind for what's ahead. So if you can do it, go be a yogi in Costa Rica for a week. Dip your toes in the sand. Learn the art of meditation. Meet with people who accept you for where you are. Because you're done pouring your energy into people and projects that leave you hanging. Pluto is quietly transforming your dating life or connection with your kids, while Neptune is dissolving fake relationships. You might step back from a relationship or creative project that's been draining your resources, or bet on something that you've been dreaming of but doubting. By November, you'll know which partnerships and passions feel right, and by April, you'll be ready to invest in what makes you happy. When you unplug, you'll find magic in the silence. On August 28th, a fresh idea about your relationship or a dream that you felt was out of reach could appear out of nowhere. A chat with a complete stranger at the airport, a healthy debate about politics, or a day playing doubles is where you could find it. Since Uranus is involved, the circumstance isn't predictable, but the fact that you'll have an aha moment is guaranteed. The question is, will you be in position to recognize the download? I hope so. It will likely have to do with your relationships or how your partner impacts your work or health. And again, kids and your schedule could play a role. So don't ignore this. Write it down so you can continue to process it. So Libra, here's your recap. August is about protecting your peace, but before you retreat, you might need to have some tough talks. By Libra season, you can celebrate. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Scorpio, in August, face what you've been ignoring. Better work and health habits will help you keep a positive attitude as you tune up what needs fixing. When Chiron retrogrades, discomfort will provoke change. It might feel like coworkers are breathing down your neck, or a health matter you've ignored could intensify. Maybe you're overworking to distract yourself. Been there. Or you're pushing through burnout to hold everything together. I get that too. If something flares between now and January, please listen to your body. You don't have to suffer to prove your worth. The only one who will feel the pain is you, right? This will likely create tension on August 8th when Mars in Libra opposes Saturn in Aries. Mars is restless. He wants you to get better. Saturn demands discipline to your work and health. So maybe you're exhausted but still feel obligated to grind. Even the little things will feel like heavy lifts. Maybe you've been dealing with private issues at home while trying to keep up appearances at work. Again, you need to hear your body out on this one. Rest, rework your schedule, and share what's going on so you don't crash and burn. Because on August 9th, something in your home life will come to a head. During the full moon in Aquarius, your lease could end. You might finish your renovation, or a family matter could demand resolution. The ruler of this moon is Uranus, the planet of sudden change. Whatever happens is tied to your shared assets. So this could have to do with a mortgage, property taxes, alimony, or back rent. Maybe you've been splitting expenses with a roommate or trying to set boundaries with a family member about money or living arrangements. The fourth is also about emotional safety, what you need to feel secure where you live. It will be uncomfortable, but let it play out and close out over the next 2 weeks. The news is, when Mercury goes direct on August 11th, any delays or miscommunications in your career or role as a parent will start to clear up. This includes disagreements with bosses and coworkers, delayed job offers and contracts, and back and forths over how to parent. Now you can speak up at meetings, coordinate with a recruiter, and state your case better than because I said so. Since Mercury is tied to your shared finances, friendships, and professional networks, try to find ways to collaborate. If you're owed a commission or if you've loaned someone money, it's not wrong to ask what's due. And you'll want cash in your pocket on August 12th. This is when the planet of love and money connects with the planet of good fortune in your ninth house of travel, education, and personal development. Your partner might ask you to hop on a plane, or you could go for brunch to talk about your future. If you've been wanting to take a course, start a business, or sign up for a membership, this is the day to do it, especially if it will make you more money. Just watch for overcommitting. Jupiter expands everything it touches. I've always been told to test small, so that's the advice I'll share with you. While you may have big ideas, your attention needs to turn to your career or parenting, but you can't do everything yourself. So during Virgo season, ask for help from your friends and colleagues. Starting on August 22nd, focus on community and collaboration. You can join a mastermind, country club, or book 3 coffee meetings a week. If you felt isolated, this is the time to take initiative. And a little outreach will revive your social life. During the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, set new goals around networking and friendship. Surround yourself with people who talk about ideas and not other people. This could mean starting a group of your own. Charge a subscription fee or pool your resources to help reach your goal faster. Remember, we talked about the things you want to do, like travel, education, and starting a business, but work or home responsibilities are likely holding you back. So use this next 6 months to be strategic because you're done holding down the fort by yourself. Pluto is quietly transforming your home and family life while Neptune's helping you see your work and health situation clearly. You might pull back from a family member or a colleague who's been messing with your schedule or start working more from home. By November, you'll know which responsibilities are yours to carry, and by April, you'll have the confidence to date, start a business, or spend more time with your kids. When you build on this momentum, stay sharp on August 28th when Uranus sextiles Neptune. You could come up with a solution that helps you stress less about shared finances. This could also have to do with sexual tension. You might be doing yard work, grocery shopping, or driving the kids to practice when something clicks. So here's your recap, Scorpio. August is a big career month. If something's stressing you at home, stay active, have a to-do list, and work out. By the new year, not only will your house and body be in great shape, you'll have kicked a bad habit and revived your social life. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Sagittarius, in August, you'll be thinking about the big picture. You've been restless for a while now, wanting to break free. Rushing won't get you where you want to go, but you can and will achieve great things. Take small steps forward. First, you need to deal with unhealed heartaches in love, business, or parenting when Chiron retrogrades in your fifth. Maybe you felt rejected or relationships haven't met your needs. You might doubt your parenting choices or feel behind on personal goals because you've been busy taking care of everybody else, right? Notice the pinch without being critical of yourself. By January, you'll understand how these tender spots have been influencing your decisions. That's how you'll heal and be able to focus on your big dreams. But on August 8th, there might be tension between what you want to do and what's realistic right now. Mars is pressing you to socialize or collaborate on a group project. Saturn wants you to be discerning about what you create or who you date. Maybe you want to build an online community or attend an event, but finances or family responsibilities put your plans on hold. I get it. We all want to have fun. We all have obligations. Don't force it. Create a team task list and don't overspend to impress others. All they'll do is take and leave you empty-handed. That will trigger the Chiron wound. And something's been brewing over the last 6 months. Were you in negotiations with a business partner or trying to work out an arrangement with your spouse? On August 9th, under the full moon in Aquarius, a conversation or contract could reach a tipping point. If you've been working on a media-related project, this suggests a launch. If you've been at odds with a relative or sibling, the situation could come to a head. The ruler of this moon is Uranus, the planet of unexpected change. So it's possible you get the sudden urge to join forces or to break free from an agreement that you've been trying to push over the finish line. Honestly, I just went through something like this myself. I knew it was coming, so I wrote my thoughts down, slept on it one more night, and then hit send in the morning. Then I redirected my time and energy into one of my own projects, so I hope that helps. When you do make a final decision, Mercury will have your back. The planet of communications and ideas moves direct on August 11th. Any delays or miscommunications involving travel, education, or a legal matter will start to clear up. Now you can take consistent steps towards your big picture plans. You might sign up for a course or book a trip, or you could reconnect with a mentor, former partner, or ex about what you want for the future. Since Mercury is tied to your career and status, this could be about a joint venture, marriage, or separation. Whatever happens, consider it a blessing. You'll see on August 12th when Mercury and Jupiter meet in your 8th house of shared assets and soul connections. You might sell your house or land a big client. Maybe a loan is approved and now you can renovate your home or hire more staff. But since Jupiter expands everything it touches, keep an eye on debt or taking on more responsibility than your bandwidth allows. A loan is not free money and it takes time to onboard new hires. When the sun moves into your career and parenting zone on August 22nd, you'll get practical about your professional ambitions and legacy goals. If you're looking for employment, more education might make your resume more appealing. Or if there's been tension at work, an office outing might be a smart move. Choose a place where you can workshop during the day and enjoy activities together at night. If this does involve being a parent or grandparent, you could take the kids on a fun trip that doubles as a learning experience, like testing foods from different cultures. So on August 23rd, start putting a plan in motion during the new moon in Virgo. This is not only a fresh start, it's a 6-month window to revive your career reputation. So if you do want to have your own business, step into a leadership role, or become a parent, this is when you'll look for people to partner with who share your standards, work ethic, and lifestyle. As you're done running in circles trying to prove yourself, Pluto is quietly transforming how you communicate your needs, while Neptune's removing fog around dating, small business, hobbies, and kids. You might pull back from shallow conversations, launch a writing project, or get honest about what you need in love. By November, you'll see which stories are worth telling, and by April, you'll feel ready to share what you know you deserve. And you'll get a sign on August 28th. An idea could come out of nowhere that helps improve your connections, be more creative, or have more fun at home. Maybe one partner likes nature and the other's a homebody, so plant a home garden. Or if you're looking to date, you might go to karaoke night and fall head over heels with a person brave enough to sing a duet. That would be a really cute story to tell the kids when the time comes. Do something that you typically wouldn't dream of doing. So to recap, Sagittarius, in August, don't let go of your big dreams. Reverse engineer them. When you can see what each step leads to the next, you'll be less likely to rush or stall out. A lot of this has to do with advancing your career, so make sure that your partner understands and accepts and appreciates what you want to build. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Capricorn, you've been holding the weight of the world. In August, think about what you need instead of rushing in for the save. It hasn't worked for a while. You're not playing games. You're seeing who shows up for you for once. Chiron in Aries has been nitpicking at your home life and emotions for what seems like forever, right? Now Chiron goes retrograde, and you can deal with old family wounds or tension in your living situation. You might notice patterns from your childhood that impact your adult decisions, or a family member's needs will feel heavier than usual. Pay attention to what squeezes your heart without taking all the blame. From now until January, you'll set boundaries that give you the space to heal. This will allow you to feel safe at home. You don't need to let everybody in. Just be cautious on August 8th. Your work and home life will butt heads. Mars wants you to push your career forward, but Saturn needs you to pay attention to what's happening under your roof. If you're trying to take charge at work, family responsibilities might prevent you from making headway. Or you could be managing a work issue while also dealing with a home matter. You'll be fine, Capricorn. You're the boss. While you might not be able to control everything, you always find a solution. Because the full moon in Aquarius on August 9th will impact your finances. With Uranus ruling this moon, expect the unexpected, like a new client, schedule change, or wake-up call to your health. You might pay off a medical expense, close a deal, or get a promotion. If this does go the other way and you experience a layoff, you'll receive some kind of severance or unemployment. But the real value of this full moon is to realize what's worth your time, money, and energy. The answer will help you cut back on daily expenses and save or invest, which is great since Mercury goes direct on August 11th. Now miscommunications or delays in shared finances and intimate relationships will start to course correct. If you've been waiting on loan paperwork, an inheritance, or a payment, things will start moving forward again. Or you'll find the right time and place to have a heart-to-heart with your partner about shared expenses. With Mercury tied to work, health, education, and travel, it's possible that hashing out a money matter will benefit these areas too. So celebrate on August 12th when Venus and Jupiter connect in your seventh house of committed partnerships and contracts. This could be a romantic moment, an uptick in your marketplace, or a breakthrough with your therapist. Even if you're just writing in your journal, you'll process something about your close relationships, like the kind of partner you deserve or how your partner can better meet your needs. That said, since Jupiter expands everything it touches, if you do learn something new, be mindful not to project it onto your partner. Communication is always ideal, but we all need to get there when we get there, right? Then starting on August 22nd, the sun moves into Virgo. All of a sudden, your attention shifts to what you want to learn, where you want to travel, or what you believe in. The ninth is the big picture house, and Virgo doesn't skim the details. If a certification will bring in more money or a trip will help you reset so you can better handle issues around shared finances, sign up or book it. For some of you, this might be a legal matter. The good news is with Virgo in your corner, you're going to read, research, and become an expert in contract negotiations by September. For the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd, you'll get a fresh start in these areas. Over the next 6 months, study and explore the possibilities. If you've been wanting to become a teacher, a coach, or consultant, this is the perfect new moon for you. Mercury is connected to your work and how you gain knowledge. And with all sorts of new apps and online communities out there, don't allow time and space to prevent you from testing creative and practical business models. Because you're done undervaluing yourself. Pluto is quietly transforming your income and self-worth, while Neptune is dissolving unrealistic expectations around family or living situation. You might stop overcommitting yourself financially or finally invest in yourself. By November, you'll know where your resources, time, money, and energy are best spent. And by April, you'll be ready to build a nest egg. As soon as you shift your mindset, you'll get the perfect idea for how it will all come together. Mark August 28th on your calendar. This is when Uranus, the planet of plot twists, makes a beautiful aspect to Neptune, the dreamer. The energy will blend your work, health, money, and family, likely through the aid of technology. So a scheduling app could kibosh a family issue, or you could be listening to a podcast while driving and the host recommends a family-style healthy meal delivery service. So here's your recap, Capricorn. In August, you don't have to put your needs or goals on the back burner. You do need to address your finances, especially anything involving other people's money. This could create tension in your home life, which might cut deep. Should this happen, redirect your energy. Focus on your career and big picture goals. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Aquarius, in August, focus on your money and future. Your goal is to bypass anything that doesn't make you feel good so you can level up where it counts. Chiron in Aries has been making it hard for you to get a word in edgewise. Either you can't find the words or your mind's been playing defense if people have been breaking through your boundaries. During Chiron retrograde, old scars could reopen. You might bite your tongue even more or replay a past conversation you wish you handled differently. This could be tied to a sibling or neighbor, perhaps as far back as childhood. The lesson isn't to pick a fight in order to state your case. It's to get real about what you've been afraid to say and why. You'll feel this tension on August 8th. Mars is pushing you past your comfort zone, maybe through travel, a course, or a project tied to your career. But Saturn is side-eyeing your finances. He needs you to see the bigger picture. So if you're about to invest in a trip or training, review the numbers. Or if someone offers you a contract, make sure to get the details in writing. The lesson is not to sell yourself short. Because your one and only full moon of the year hits on August 9th, a personal goal will reach a milestone. With Uranus, your ruler involved, you might even surprise yourself. Maybe you launch a passion project you never thought would reach liftoff. Or you could go on a date with someone who's never been your type and end up being soulmates. Or if the thought of having kids has never crossed your mind, guess what? You're pregnant. Whatever happens, it has the potential to completely shift your life direction. So I hope you leave me a comment. Now, of course, you'll need to prepare. Thankfully, on August 11th, Mercury goes direct in your house of committed partnerships. Any miscommunications or delays with relationships, romantic, business, or friendships will start to dissolve. Amen. If there's been drama with shared expenses, you'll find the words to clear the air. If you felt the passion fizzle, you can reignite the flame with some sweet nothings. If your kids have been talking back, you'll be able to laugh off their tantrums, or at least not spew some choice words in Italian. That's what my mom used to do. This sets the stage for August 12th, when Venus and Jupiter bless your work and health. Maybe it's a good hair day, or you laugh so hard you cry at one of your colleagues' bad jokes. These things may seem small, but feeling good and laughter are two of the best gifts in life. Or maybe it's something bigger. A friend could take you on a vacation, or your boss might send you to a leadership workshop. Pay attention to the writing on the wall. Now, since Jupiter expands everything it touches, don't count your chickens before they hatch. But do keep your eyes open for how you can parlay office banter or a workshop into an opportunity to make more money down the road. You will want agreements ironclad by Virgo season, so you can get down to brass tacks. Starting on August 22nd, the sun will shine on your joint finances. This includes taxes, insurance, inheritances, loans, and paying for what in partnerships. A little organization now will prevent big headaches later. With a game plan in place, the new moon in Virgo on August 23rd opens a 6-month window to building shared assets and commitments. Whether you pay off debt or meet the one, use the new moon energy to start fresh. You'll see progress when you're honest about what and who deserves your time, money, and energy. Because you're done trying to live up to other people's expectations. Pluto is quietly transforming your identity and career, while Neptune's clearing out self-doubt and negative self-talk. You might step back from projects beneath your skill level, or finally have the money talk. This astrology is about becoming who you are, not who you think you should be. By November, you'll see what needs to go, and by April, you'll be ready to step into a leadership role that makes you more money. A shift in the story could catalyze a breakout moment on August 28th when Uranus sextiles Neptune. Uranus is the planet of sudden change. He just moved into your 5th house of romance, creativity, and kids. He's also your co-ruler. So you're the one initiating a change. Neptune represents our goals and dreams. He's moving backwards on purpose to make things clear. This will impact how you speak, think, learn, and share, as well as your finances and self-esteem. So this could involve a creative money-making idea that ties your talents to your message, or an honest conversation with someone you're dating might define what respect means to you. So let's recap, Aquarius. In August, focus on your finances and speak up in relationships. Remember, you need freedom. So anyone you partner with in business or love cannot clip your wings. They need to be able to build beside you. Energy for energy. Have a great month. If you found value in your forecast, please pay it forward by liking, posting a comment, and clicking on the notification bell. If you'd like to get a discounted reading to best prepare for eclipse season, follow me on YouTube or Instagram and send me a DM or email me at info@astrocoachkate.com for a link to pick your date and time. Pisces, in August, your focus shifts to relationships, contracts, and getting rid of mental clutter so you can step into fall with a clear heart and mind. So here's the backstory. Chiron retrograde is reopening wounds around money or of not feeling good enough. Maybe you've been undercharging or doubting your value. You might feel behind financially and it's messing with your confidence. Notice what triggers shame or fear. This is your opportunity to heal your relationship with money so you can bring in the new year with confidence. Beware on August 8th. This is a red flag day for your shared finances. You'll feel pressure around debt or trust. Maybe you want to invest in something, but your income or an overdue bill holds you back, or a financial matter with a partner roadblocks affection. This isn't about forcing outcomes. It's about being honest with what you can carry and what you can't. So during the full moon in Aquarius on August 9th, pause. The energy lands in your private 12. Full moons are endings or completions in general, but when they happen in the house of healing, you need to let go of something. It could be a habit, a secret, or a toxic situation. For a little more depth, let's look at the ruler of the moon, Uranus. This suggests sudden changes in your home life, like a separation, a change in where you're living, or breaking free from a family dynamic that doesn't make you feel safe. Trust whatever comes up and release it for your own good. The good news is Mercury goes direct on August 11th. This will clear up miscommunications and delays at work or with your health. With Mercury tied to your home life and your committed partnerships, romantic and business, here's how the energy could play out. Maybe you've been waiting to hear back on a job and now you get an offer letter. Or if you haven't been seeing eye to eye with a roommate or partner, now you're able to get back on track. Since the full moon just shook up something at home, I think over the next 2 weeks, you'll be reorganizing your schedule or cleaning up your space to help get the show on the road. Here's another headline. August 12th is one of the sweetest days of the year, especially for you. Venus and Jupiter joining your 5th house of romance and creativity. You could go on a fun date, get good news from your kid, or have a creative breakthrough that brings your happy and sexy back, since Venus is connected to your house of intimacy. Just watch for overindulgence. Jupiter loves to go big. As your chart ruler, he represents you and your career and reputation. So don't take and text provocative photos. You know what I'm saying? Then on August 22nd, we enter Virgo season. Now your attention shifts to your relationships. Again, romantic, business, and friendships. With the sun ruling your work, health, and day-to-day responsibilities over the next month, use the energy to divide tasks and define expectations. If something's felt one-sided, now's the time to lay down ground rules. They'll help you build healthy connections. So start thinking about what's fair, because on August 23rd, there's a new moon in Virgo. This marks a fresh 6-month cycle to your committed partnerships and contracts. It's a clean slate for your relationships. If you've been wanting to start a new relationship, set boundaries, or enter an agreement, here's your window. As long as you're ready to let go of the past, this is your opportunity to make room for supportive reciprocal connections. Even if this is your therapist, a client, or your doctor, ask questions. Listen to what they have to say. And make sure everybody's words match their actions, yours included. Because you're done hiding your needs. Pluto is quietly transforming your hopes and dreams, while Neptune is removing financial blocks and self-doubt. You might step back to rest and reflect, heal a scarcity mindset, or plan a new income stream that makes you feel valued. Use the energy to let go of subconscious blocks that keep you playing small. By November, you'll see what patterns need to end, and by April, you'll feel ready to share your needs without apologizing. So on August 28th, be prepared for a breakthrough in your home life. This is when Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, sextiles Neptune, the dreamer. If you want to move, you might come across a for sale by owner sign. It's the perfect house for you, but it wasn't listed on the MLS. Or maybe you've been working with a therapist or astrologer and they say something that helps solve a money issue, like selling furniture you've had tucked away in the basement. With Neptune and your 12th house involved, this energy suggests intuitive problem solving. Let me know what you come up with. So here's your recap, Pisces. In August, heal any fears around not having or being enough. Share what you need and expect from your partners. Find any and all ways to quiet your mind. Negative self-talk needs to stop. And if it's time to move, trust your intuition, then make it happen. Have a great month. So there you have it. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Astro ROI. Can you believe that next month is September? I told you 2025 would be a game changer. And while this year is closing in, the astrology is far from over. September is eclipse season. So if you'd like a discounted reading to best prepare, follow me on YouTube or Instagram at AstroCoachK. Then just send me a DM or email to info@astrocoachk.com to set up your date and time. Enjoy the day, and I'll see you in September.